Alright, today we will be making a arcade coin flip game, and it is not a tutorial, so we're going to click on the plus button right here, new project. And we will want to call it, let's call it coin toss, okay. And we don't want to use blocks, let's use Python for this one, okay. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to create our sprite. So I'm going to click on sprites, and I'm going to go to create, and I'm going to put it right there at the very beginning. And we need to draw the picture of our coin. So I'm going to click on the art palette right there, and I am going to, we'll just draw the head first. So I'm going to get the gray color. I'm going to click on the big box, and I'm just going to color all of this gray. Awesome. Now I'm going to select black, and I'm going to do actually the smallest square there in the top left, and I'm going to make a smiley face. And click done. Okay, and when I click play, that should pop up. Awesome, that looks great. Okay, put my cursor here at the end of line 18 and click return. Give myself a couple more space. And when I press the A button, that's when I want my coin to go up in the air and come back down and then land and shake. So I want to go to controller, and I'm going to grab run code on button event, and I'm going to put it right there on event pressed. Okay, and where it says pass, I'm going to put my cursor right there. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to click return a few times because we are going to put some code inside here. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we want our coin to go up in the air, so we want to change the Y. So I'm going to go to sprites, and let's see if start effect, clear effect, destroy all kinds. Nope, I'm not seeing it. So we're going to have to type it in. So we will have to say so here, it needs to be indented over. It should not be in line with the D. It should be in line with the O there. We will want to say my sprite. Actually, it needs to be my underscore sprite because that's what we called it. So my underscore sprite dot Y. And we want to go plus equals negative 50. Oh, I added an extra equals there. Plus equals negative 50. So when we click run, we click A, perfect, it goes back, okay? And then click return. And then we want to have a pause. So I'm going to type in pause. We're going to do parentheses, and this is in milliseconds. Let's say 200 milliseconds, which is really quick, like a quarter of a second. So pause, 200 milliseconds, and then we want it to come back down. So I'm going to click return. I'm going to say my underscore sprite dot Y, so on the Y-axis, plus equals, and if it went up negative 50, we want it to go down 50. So let's click play, and then we click the A button. So we got the up and the down. That looks perfect. And now what we want it to do, once it goes back down, we want it to, like when it lands on the table and it kind of spins, it kind of shakes, we want to simulate that. So I'm going to go to scene, and let's see if we can find the one that says camera shake. Oh, here we go. It says camera shake by 4 pixels for 500 milliseconds. So I'm going to drag that, and I'm going to put it right here underneath my sprite, and when we do that, do you see how it's not indented over? So I'm going to put my cursor right there on the S, and I'm going to click tab. We need the S in line with my sprite. So let's click play. Let's click A. That looks good. Shake for 500. But you know what? I'm going to want it to shake a little bit longer. So instead of 500, why don't we do 2,000? So this is changing how long it's going to shake for. So click A. Perfect, I like that. That is a good change. And why don't we change, so 4 is how much it's shaking, how big. Let's change that to 8. So I click play, click A. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. And now what we need to do, we need to create a variable that's called toss. And then we will need to have the computer pick whether it's going to be 1 or 2, so heads or tails. So I'm going to put my cursor here at the end. I'm going to click return, and then I'm going to click delete. We don't want it to be on event pressed. Actually, I lied, we do. Ignore what I just said. We are going to put our cursor back here at the end. We're going to click return, and we do want it to be in line with the scene. So I'm going to go to variables, and I'm going to say declares a variable named item, and we're just going to put it right there with item in line. With scene, I'm going to change it to where it says item. I'm going to want to call my variable toss. And we don't want toss to equal 0. We want toss to either be 1 or 2, so heads or tails. And the computer should randomly choose that. So that's called math. And it is the one that's called randint, random integer. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it on the other side of the equals. And if it puts it below, we'll just delete it back until it says toss equals randint, random integer. Right now it's 0 through 10. We want to say 1, 2. So it will either pick 1 or 2. All right, that looks great. And now what we want to say, if the computer picks 1, we want the head to pop up. Else, it's going to pick 2 because that's the only other option. We want the tails picture to pop up on our screen. So I'm going to put my cursor there outside the 2, and I'm going to click return. It should be in line with the T, which is in line with all of these. And I'm going to go to logic. And I want if. Actually, I want if else the second one. And I'm going to put it right underneath toss. And put it down there, that's fine. So where it says if true, I'm going to delete the word true. And we need to say if toss, so our variable, equals 1. So remember, toss could either be random integer 1 or 2. So if toss equals 1, let's delete this pass right here, and it should be indented over just like it is. I'm going to go to sprites, and I'm going to go to the very bottom, and we want the one that says set my sprite image to. And so I'm going to put it right there underneath if toss. And I'm going to click on the art palette, and I'm going to choose my assets. Oh, it's not there. So I'm going to go to editor, and I need to draw the head again. So I'm going to click on the gray. I'm going to click on the big square, and I'm going to cover it all in the big square gray. I'm going to click on black. And then I am going to click on the little square up there in the top left corner. Draw the eyes. And now the smiley face. Click done. Okay, that looks great. And then else, the E should be in line with the if. That looks great. And then underneath else, it says pass. I'm going to delete pass. We're going to get that same block that we just had where it was sprites. And we're going to go all the way down to the bottom again where it says set my sprite image to. And I'm going to put it right underneath else, and it should be indented over the M, should not be in line with the E. I'm going to click on the art palette, and now we need to draw our tails, what we want tails to look like. Click on the gray. I'm going to go the big square. Color everything in with the big square. And click on the black. Click on the little square there. And I'm just going to type in tails. I'm going to spell it. T. A. I. L. Oh, the S is going to be tricky. Tails. And click done. Okay. And now, this is what my code looks like. So let's go full screen. So when I click play, it'll pop up with the head. When I click A, it goes up and goes down, and then it shakes, and it should either pick heads or tails. Perfect.